Guys, Willie here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2026 Toyota Camry SE. And a big thanks to T and the rest of the management and staff here at Toyota of Tampa Bay for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for T. And as most of you guys probably know by now, here we have the all-new 9th generation Toyota Camry released last year for 2025. Bringing along with it a very strong reputation for both build quality and reliability, especially for the money. But the 9th generation Camry actually ended up worrying some of the enthusiasts because it carries an exclusive hybrid powertrain, but quickly ending up growing on just about every single person that got their hands behind the wheel of one of these cars, myself included. However, I of course wouldn't necessarily mind an upgraded engine option, but considering it was his first model year last year, no complaints. For 2026, the Camry adds a dark themed nightshade trim level with a new dark Cosmos interior color. With the SE that we have here sitting right above the base LE, starting at around 31,000 bucks, what else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So the SE also bringing along a sportier styling. You get a nice subtle lip spoiler in the corner too for the SE, and the wheel and tire setup here, the reason why you're going with the SE, you get these black 18-inch wheels with slightly lower profile 45 sidewall tires. Black headlight housing, LED projector headlamps with a high and low beam, LED daytime running light, black contrast for the grille, functional airflow in each corner, a ton of airflow for the radiator for the 2.5-liter hybrid setup. And hopefully you can pick up the additional supports in front of that radiator, should help the handling out here tremendously. With a nice blue metallic paint color, I'll leave a link right here to show you the exact name of it. The wheel and tire setup, we mentioned there are black 18-inch wheels. We get black lug nuts here too, wrapped in Bridgestone Turenza EL440 all-season tires. Dimensions are 235/45 R18. Pretty limited amount of wheel gap, body color wheel well area, body color rocker panel side skirts, body color mirror caps too with an LED turn signal on them, and blind spot monitoring on the glass. We have smart access for the driver and a front passenger, all black window trim. I'll take a step back, hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile on this 2026 Toyota Camry SE. We get the same rear wheel and tire setup. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper. The gas cap is not pushed to open. I'll show you the latch is inside. We get a body color shark fin style antenna, LED third brake light, LED tail lights and reverse lights, but the turn signal, as you see, just a halogen. Shout out Toyota of Tampa Bay for helping make this review possible. HEV on the left side, SE on the right side with blacked out Camry lettering. But I kind of wish they blacked out all the badging because the black Camry and the silver Toyota badge doesn't necessarily look super in place. The body colored deck-lid spoiler to match. Decently aggressive diffuser back here too with the dual outletted exhaust tips, but this hybrid system doesn't rev conventionally. We'll still pop the hood and check it out. All right guys, here we have the 2.5-liter hybrid setup sold by Toyota for the 2026 Camry, cranking out 225 combined horsepower for the front-wheel drive models, 232 combined horsepower for the all-wheel drive. Made it to an eCVT transmission. You can expect a high 6 to low 7 second 0 to 60 time, which is pretty solid considering even with these upgraded 18-inch wheels, we're still averaging 46 combined miles per gallon here. That is some seriously good efficiency considering the performance, the comfort, and the pretty nice looks that we get here for the money. But speaking of for the money, we also get a very nice interior, and taking a step inside, we get soft touch materials up top, this stitched microfiber beneath it, aluminum style door handle, nice padded armrest, auto one touch for all 4 windows, lock and unlock 4-way adjustable mirrors. I apologize, we got some noise over here in the background, but we'll take a step inside in 1 second. Solid storage, you'll fit a 24-ounce water bottle, plastic step-in plate, these leatherette seats, stitching, contrasting in many different areas. I also like this little microfiber contrast in the shoulder area and in the bottom area, keeping these seats nice and soft. With electric adjustments, you get lumbar, you can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats. But taking a step inside, a lot of noise. Please take a foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So not much changes compared to the 2025 SE reviewed in this channel, but it's still a really nice interior. The seats are not heated or ventilated, but you can get that available in the higher trims. Nice soft dashboard, microfiber in the lower area. The steering wheel is thick leather, white contrast stitching, solid 10 and 2, and a pretty good 9 and 3. Rubberized horn area, the horn loud and aggressive. People should be getting out of your way. We don't get dual panes in the SE. They are available in the higher trims, but still a pretty thick single pane of glass. paddle shifters too. We get the adjustments for the infotainment screen. Right now we're looking at our advanced safety features. We can go to our overall settings, messages, eco mode, adaptive cruise, music, trip computer, and right back to where we started. My personal favorite would be the fuel economy screen, so we'll leave it there. Coolant temperature on the left side, eco to power indicator, and fuel level on the right. Beneath that, volume dial, voice commands on the right side, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, skip controls, and our AM, FM Sirius. You get a tilt and telescoping steering column. The stocks feel premium, auto headlamps, auto high beams, no auto rain sensing wipers here on the SE. Gas cap release, trunk release, interior lighting, traction control you can disable with our auto high beams, and some pretty premium sport pedals. Hopefully you can pick those up on camera. Hood latch release underneath, soft touch dashboard, 8-inch infotainment screen with a 7-inch digital gauge display. We'll set it up later for the potential owner of this vehicle. So we do get navigation here in the SE, but it's all subscription based. We're not going to put our information here for potential owner, music, phone, vehicle settings, and overall settings, throwing it into reverse. The backup camera has a very high resolution with guidance lines and trajectory. Throwing it back in park, we return right back to the previous screen, and I'll leave it at the music for the purpose of this review. The volume dial feels premium, dual zone automatic climate control, no heated or ventilated seats, hazards, some faux aluminum outlining the air vents, wireless phone charging pad, USB-A, and 2 USB-C ports. Ton of storage. You'll fit 24 to 32 ounce bottles, the gear selector controlling the eCVT transmission with manual shifts on the gear selector and paddle shifters. Eco, normal, and sport mode with pure EV mode, electronic parking brake with auto hold, and a nice soft armrest. Storage space is also really impressive. You're fitting 12 1-liter bottles of soda and our 12 volt in there. The glove box is not the largest, but you'll fit probably 2 or 3 Harry Potter books. Should be able to fit a pair of shoes with no problem. We don't get a frameless or auto dimming rear view mirror. You got to pull this flappy thing to dim it. The interior lights are LED, sunglass holder, and that's about it for the front seat, at least, of the 2026 Toyota Camry SE. I'll leave a link right over here for the window sticker. Hopefully you guys can pause, take a look at all of the standard features. That's about it for the front seat. Let's take a step out back, see how much space is offered back there, check out the cargo space, and then take this 2026 Camry SE out for a drive. So up top, just hard plastic, just like in 2025, same with the center area, but we still get the nice soft armrest, auto one-touch windows, aluminum door handle, and you'll fit a 32 to big gulp sized bottle down there. The second row seats, legroom looks very solid, but compared to the previous generation, looks like we lose a couple inches of it. The padding for the seats goes all the way out to the door frame with solid bolstering for a back seat. But I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have about 4 inches of knee room, headroom. I have about 1.5 inches of it. So yeah, we lose a little bit of rear space compared to the previous generation Camry, compared to the current generation Accord. This is slightly smaller for the second row, but I mean slightly. Driving dynamics wise and hybrid system, I do think that we're sitting in the more superior vehicle. We have map pockets behind both the front seats, air vents are appreciated, USB-A and C port, and the center cubby armrest. Let's jab our hand into it, it's gushy soft. You'll fit 24 to 32 ounce bottles. The interior lights back here are LED, and the hooks are on both of the grab handles. That's about it for the second row. Let's take a step out into the cargo space, see how much space is offered back there, and then take this 2026 Camry out for a drive. So in between the R and the Y is a button to open up the trunk with a hydraulic chute. There's no covers for the hinges, so make sure you don't load anything up higher than that or it will crush your cargo. But with a massive opening and a really large cargo space, I'll leave a link right here. I believe it's like 15.1 cubic feet, which is a lot for the mid-size segment. Secret storage, we get a little bit outside of our spare tire and fix-a-flat kit. And our seats fold down 60-40 split. The wheel wells do protrude a decent amount, but I'd still expect you to fit a 50, 55, maybe even a 60-inch TV. Latches fold the seats down up top. We can shut this trunk right down, take a step back and walk around this 2026 Toyota Camry SE one more time. Of course, it's not the most fully loaded vehicle out on the road today. The Camry is available as an XLE and XSE on top of this, as well as a new nightshade trim level. A little bit of background noise, but as you see with the leatherette seats, black wheels, sporty styling, sport tune suspension, this is still a really nicely equipped Camry, all starting just over 30,000 bucks. Performance-wise, all the Camrys are essentially the same. And speaking of the performance, let's take this 2026 Toyota Camry SE out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the 2026 Toyota Camry SE. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. First impressions, you can hear the regenerative braking a little bit, but it doesn't feel uncomfortable. When you step on the brake, a lot of hybrids jolt you uncomfortably and inconsistently. Toyota did a great job tuning this hybrid system with its regenerative braking to feel almost as if this isn't a hybrid at all. Same with the throttle pedal. It does feel very strong initially, but it feels like a older 6-cylinder engine with its response. It has a progressive build. It doesn't just give you all the globs of torque right away and then wait for the gas engine to catch up. But eco mode, throwing it in, steering feels good. About half throttle, responsive and quick. Half throttle and full throttle don't necessarily feel a whole lot different, but because of that tuning, driving around town, this hybrid setup feels very strong. And at higher speeds, even without the dual pane windows that we would get in the higher trims, it still stays surprisingly quiet. We tried out in sport. The eCVT stays about the same, but the throttle is more sensitive, about half throttle. Definitely more sensitive throttle. And the steering feels a little bit better in sport too. The paddles, yeah, they definitely control the eCVT's ratios, and it allows for the throttle to be a lot more responsive because you're in a more optimal rev range. And you do feel a little bit more regenerative braking in sport mode. You take a step out here in sport, and yeah, the throttle does feel a lot more sensitive. Steering feels good. Lean into it. Doesn't blow you away. And like I said, the half throttle to full throttle doesn't make the biggest difference, but still plenty quick. 0 to 60, 7 seconds. I've seen it get tested even quicker than 7 seconds. Which, sure, it's not going to be anywhere near as quick as the old V6, but compared to the old 4-cylinder, huge improvement. Let's open her up a little bit more, give the guy in front of us some space. On the gas. Strong. You look down and you are moving, and even at higher speeds, listen, sure, we're on concrete pavement, so you're going to hear some road noise, but coming out of the Corolla, this is significantly quieter. And we're still in sport mode. I was going to say it takes basically 0 throttle to keep this thing moving, but let's try it out in eco mode. This is where you're going to get your 26 combined miles per gallon. And the steering goes back to how it felt in normal. You do have to use a little bit more throttle to keep it moving at highway speeds, but barely. This is a very sensitively tuned throttle, very well tuned brake pedal, very well built vehicle. We said it earlier in this review, when Toyota announced that they were switching to a hybrid only powertrain for the 9th generation Camry, me as well as most enthusiasts were not necessarily excited for it, but as soon as we got our hands on one of these, just about everyone's opinion changed. And yes, I'm very open to bringing back the V6 as an option, but as an entry-level powertrain, this is a significant improvement compared to what we had in the outgoing model. Very comfortable over the bumps, even with these 45 sidewall tires. The XLE will ride better, the LE will ride better with the thicker tires, but even with these skinnier, not summer performance, but skinnier all seasons, it still rides very, very well. Overall, guys, if you're looking for a spacious, efficient, well-performing vehicle under $35,000, I would 100% recommend checking out the 2026 Toyota Camry SE. It rides like a Lexus. It isolates you from the road like one too. We get these leatherette seats which feel and look like the real thing. They're electrically adjusted. You get the 8-inch infotainment screen, 7-inch digital gauge display, an okay audio system, good looks, and very solid performance, all while getting over 45 combined miles per gallon. If that's what you're looking for, guys, I would 100% recommend checking out the 2026 Toyota Camry SE. And a big thanks to T and the rest of the management and staff here at Toyota of Tampa Bay for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for T. And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.